I want to talk about the name Mountainhead, which obviously it refers to the mountain, Mount Olympus. And okay,
Thank you.
and that these are supposed to be like these men of industry are, looking over all of us. But it is also a reference to the Ayn Rand book, The Fountainhead, which is a very influential book. I've never read it. I have seen the movie. It's an old movie from 1949 with Gary Cooper. It's very dramatic and kind of racy for the time, but if you like old black and white movies, it's pretty good. Have you read any of Ayn Rand's book?
No.
Yeah.
I've intentionally avoided because I was aware of certain things.
Okay. Well, I've never really read her book. I'm sure she's a good writer. I don't know if I can say much.
I did study literature.
Right. I studied literature and I've read I'm aware of her work, but I've never read it. But that I know that Ayn Rand is a very big inspiration for libertarians, and a lot of tech people consider themselves libertarians. So she is sort of like the intellectual godmother to their movement, which I think is important to know.
Well, and one of the things that's very interesting is in the film, which does accurately portray at least a subset of the billionaire class that we are exposed to today, they really try to massage philosophy to fit whatever perspective they have,
right,
as a justification,
right,
for their own superimposed superiority. Because, we're supposed to, or, theoretically, a democracy elects the people who are in charge.
Right.
But in what is portrayed in the Mountainhead, that's not what has happened.
That's true. There's a kind of appropriation of philosophy, you could say, going on in this country, where they will take certain things that certain people say out of context. In particular, there was an article about Mark Andreessen, who referred to as particular, I think he was either a German or French philosopher. Just bear with me because I believe I saved this.
Immanuel Kant?
I don't think it was Kant. That's a good guess. Nope.
Well, because I bring that up because that's how the Randall character growls it as
right.
they are.
That's right. He does.
Are using or are formulating their murder plan for their buddy, because he's basically not playing ball, and the way that they see his interpretation of the meltdown of society directly related to how they've allowed a generative AI to be unleashed out into the world and cause mayhem globally. And he's just like, cunt! I know cunt!
Right.
And it's like, oh my God, Gollum just showed up.
Yeah, it's an interesting switch that Carell's able to do with his character, where he seems like, oh, everything's fine, he's an intellectual, and boom, the evil pops out. And, which is interesting because, the particularly motivation of Randall, right?
Yes.
His character is that he's dying in the beginning of the movie. Mm-hmm. He's told by his personal doctor that he has inoperable cancer and nothing's going to save him. And he tells his doctor, oh, that you have a very small way of looking at the world. You're wrong. And so he thinks that Venice's AI program will help him live perpetually. What did he keep referencing? About the future, post-human or whatever.
Post-human,
right.
Post-humanism.
Right.
And then thank you for bringing that up. I'm so glad you did. That was beautiful. It also is a part of why he's so savage.
Right.
Because he sees Jeff, the one who's basically created an AI filter to be able to go, hey, this is pretend, so that people would understand, oh no, look, the perceived enemy didn't just, attack you or whatever was causing it was lots and lots of chaos unfolding. We also see these losers all sitting on their phone instead of like talking to each other, like a whole bunch of the film.
Right, which is the other interesting thing, right? Is that they're all high on their own product, right? They're on their phones watching what's going on the whole goddamn time.
They're not okay.
Right, including, and it's funny because the other characters, especially Jeff, who's got the AI that Venice wants, but also Soup, they're all like, did you see this? Oh, I didn't know heads could explode like this. And then Venice says, oh, that's not a real head exploding. And it's kind of funny. And it's like, are you
what?
Sure?
You saw some?
Have you seen a head explode? And we're assuming maybe he's watched that famous scene in Dawn of the Dead where there's the shotgun to the head explosion thing from the zombie movies. I don't know.
It's like a watermelon. I mean, these are movie effects.
Yeah.
That's not a real person. Like, they didn't execute someone for the old-time movie.
Right.
But you're right. Like, they're so detached from reality. Like, how could they possibly be fucking arbiters of it?
And
like, they don't even know reality when they're sitting in possibly a version of it.
Exactly. Right? And, they're on their phones the whole time. They're addicted to the phone. And, they're sort of like kind of poking at each other the whole time based on whatever they're looking at, whether someone's texting them or calling them or there's a update on the tram website or something. It's ridiculous.
And they're in this like magnificent space. It's almost like the Getty Museum in Los Angeles has been airlifted to Utah, right? It's spectacular.
It's an amazing
And
house.
they don't enjoy it.
No.
They're not looking at the views. They're not, like, even when it looks like, they're out near the fire pit. They're not enjoying it. They're not like, ooh, let's have some s'mores. Hey, buddy. Because they're not.
Yeah,
they're not having a human experience.
The closest they look to enjoying it is when they take that hike up on the peak, take their shirts off, and then draw what their net wealth is. So it really still isn't about the scenery around them. It's about them and their money.
It makes me think that the concept of the television show Jackass is basically like what the billionaires represented in Mountainhead are live action role playing, but in some fancier version.
Right. And it's so funny because, like, as they're doing it, they find out that Jeff's net worth went up because he has, like, the cure to the AI disease that Venice has unleashed. And then he goes and he passes Randall in net worth. Too.
And then that
it's like celebrate with the
that really drives that death, like he must die sort of imperative inside of Randall.
When Randall decides to kill him?
Well, I think it's a part of it, but I also think that more fundamentally, it's that Randall has like the very human, but doesn't know how to deal with it because he's not used to being human. The human response and reaction to, I don't want to die.
As you can see, I'm changing the chip in my Nikon camera because we have no crew.
It's like 20 years old.
Yeah, we are regular people. We have no crew.
It's used.
We are doing this from our spare room. And we really appreciate you guys listening to the podcast on Buy Me a Coffee, or if you're watching the video on YouTube, thank you for watching. But again, we're regular people, and on our Buy Me a Coffee page, visit it, check it out. Maybe consider throwing us $5.
Please
keep the lights
buy
on.
me a coffee. I'm so tired.
Please buy my wife a coffee. Forget me. Buy my wife a coffee.
I just went to go buy some coffee today, and it's $2 more for just the grounds.
Yeah. And I don't care what they're saying. Inflation is going up for all of us regular types. And just to, if you like this podcast, again, on YouTube, like and subscribe. And, hey, listen to the whole thing on Buy Me a Coffee.